We have released a new version of Naviate Accelerate for Revit 2026. We have a new feature, Actions, inside Naviate Assistant. And we also have a lot of updates. So we updated Naviate Favorites, how our shared parameter files works. We've updated Project Cleanup, View Filter Manager, Finally Replace. And then we also have made adjustments to how the logging and release and refresh works inside of our Naviate licensing. Inside Naviate Assistant, we have a new tab called Actions. And the Actions module is currently in beta mode, and we are adding more functions, and the existing functions we have are being improved. You can read more about how it works in the What's New document. And if you want prompt samples of what you can ask the Actions to do, you can visit the e-learning page on Naviate e-learning. So here I can, for example, do selections. So if I want to select all my walls, I can ask the assistant to do that. But I can also chain commands. So I can, for example, do a selection and then ask it to sum all of my parameters to get all of the volumes of all my walls. So if I ask it to select all my walls and then some parameters, it will run first the selection, and then it will run Naviate some parameters to summarize, for example, all of the parameters, and you can get the total volume of all of your walls. We've updated some of the license functionality inside of Naviate Accelerate. So under Help, when I do a logout, I can now directly log in from inside Naviate Accelerate. Previously, if I didn't log in at startup or I logged out, I had to restart Revit to do a logging. Now I can go to Naviate Login, add my credentials, and that will give you access to the license again. We also have a new feature that's called Release and Refresh License. So if you have been inactive for a long time and you don't have access to the license anymore, you can go to Refresh and Release License. And this will give you access to the license again without needing to restart Revit. We have made updates to Naviate Favorites. So now you can do a drop-down containing 2 features. You can also stack 2 or 3 features on top of each other. You can also group features in a dockable panel, and you have the possibility to also have the Naviate Accelerate tab active. And all of this can be managed as before from Configure Favorites. And here you can select from the pre-created settings or a new one. And here I can give the panel a name. So if I want to call this data, and then I can add features to that. And I can also select if it should be a drop-down, like this. And if I want to add additional, for example, color elements, and I want that to be stacked with 3, then I can add to that stack like this. So here we have this possibility to select if it should be single, if it should be split, or if you want to stack 2 or 3 features on top of each other. And as before, when you're done, you can save this and enable the custom ribbon. And here is the new feature to disable Accelerate ribbon or keep it active. We've done a small update to how we handle shared parameter files with Naviate. So if I have a shared parameter file loaded and I run an update Naviate command, for example, then previously what would happen is that we would load the new shared parameter file that we needed, and that will be set as default. So next time you go into your shared parameters, you will have our parameter file loaded instead of maybe the one you want. But now, if I go into, for example, to update project and run my shared elevation update, this will have previously done so that another shared parameter file would be loaded for you. But now, under shared parameters, I still have my previously loaded shared parameter file there. So this is a small but significant improvement to how we handle shared parameter files. Inside Manage Project and Project Cleanup, we've added the possibility to delete unused worksets. So this will remove any workset that contains no elements when you do your cleanup. In View Filter Manager, you now have the option to choose the view or template you want to copy overrides from. So in this example here, I have two different overrides on the same filter. And in my section, I want to have the same overrides as in my 3D RS view. So then I can go to Naviate Accelerate, Manage Projects, and View Filter Manager. Then I can select my filter and the 3D view I want to copy the filter overrides from, and to the view I want to add it to them. So I'm going to do that for all of my filters. And now I've copied the overrides from my RS view to my section.